Hi, everyone. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, whatever time you're watching. It is 9 o'clock right now. I wasn't gonna do a reading because I'm actually pretty tired. I haven't been able to get sleep the last couple of days, functioning off of maybe three, four at the max a night the last couple of nights. But I'm fe- I was talking to my sister. Um, she recently did a 23andMe test, and she found out that she's part like Moroccan, um, Arabic, so different type of Indian than what I'm familiar with, right? We're indigenous, and you get what I'm saying? Like, we were called Indians, even though that's ignorant. We're indigenous to America, we're Native American and Lakota. But um, she's really into her spirituality and walks her own path, but was getting familiar with some of those goddesses within that background. And like I said, I can't really speak too much on that just because I don't know too much about that, and I'm not going to speak on something I don't know. I'm just not going to do that. I need to research it and at least be confident in what it is that I'm talking about, right? Or it's just going to sound like BS and nobody has time for that. So she introduced me to a goddess named Makali. And, she's telling me about this goddess, and I'm sure that there's probably some of you guys who are like, oh, yeah, know her story. And when she was telling me her story and what she represents, it was this aha moment where I'm like, that's my God. That's a part of who I am. That's one of my ancestors, clearly, because yes, I am a woman who will light somebody up, um, especially if I feel like I've been wronged. And I'm somebody who is so passionate about what's right and what's good. Um, and we know what's good and what's bad. That's why we have a conscience, is because we understand what's good and what's bad. And so for people to have a conscience, still choose to do bad, right? Then there's the people who don't really know that what they're doing are bad, or you get what I'm saying? So there's different phases of that. But I've always been a good hearted woman. That has always been me to a T. Um, my first video, and what's crazy is that it's actually taking a really long time to upload right now. Um, but in my first video, I mentioned being, verbally abusive and all of that to my twin. And yes, I definitely could have went about that in a better way, for sure. I don't want to be that way, and that's, you know, but what I realized is that I was standing in my power, and I was sticking up for myself, and I was protecting myself after all of the mistreatment. And I guess, I'm still learning um to not take full blame. You get what I'm saying? And I have a tendency of doing that for whatever reason. But, I stand firm on